Bunga bunga! Hello there, fellow bagels. Today we have for you a video from Sunny V2 about Steven Seagal being the most horrible celebrity on earth. Guys, easy cap, bro. Steven Seagal, when I was a kid, was the OG, bro. He was using tools to dispatch villains like left and right. Bam, bam, bam. You see him grab a credit card, you know he about to go crazy. You know, you just knew you were dead if you were the villain. He has a credit card. It's over. But over the years, I've seen a big decline in the quality of his movies. The dialogue was getting real bad. But still, Steven Seagal, in my heart, I have nostalgia for him. I've seen him gaining weight. I feel very sad. He looks like he's not doing well. And apparently, he's a really big piece of shit. So, let's see why. Why is that?
He killed a family's 1-year-old puppy dog and
We're starting off strong. Steven, why would you do that?
stole money from a kid in a wheelchair.
What? Did he actually do that? That's fucked up. Bro, weren't you a millionaire? Weren't you a Hollywood A-lister at some point? Maybe not now, but still.
Steven Seagal has such a comically terrible history, he now simply refuses to face it.
I wonder how you deal with all that.
Come on, Steven. Come on. That's the no comment. I'm gonna leave the premise like Kanye did recently with the Pearson, I think. That was hilarious.
Hello, Steven Seagal.
Number 1, treating other actors terribly during filming. I have a family member that worked with him years ago on a low-budget film. Steven Seagal was miserable and rude, but it only gets worse from here.
Steven. Why you piece of shit to your colleagues? That's unacceptable, Steven. By the way, great car you choose there for him to drive. Goddamn, what is this?
Whilst filming for the movie Exit Wounds, stuntman Steven Quadros explained that Seagal would unexpectedly kick guys in the nuts to see if they were wearing cups.
Kick guys in the nuts to see if they wearing cups. Where? What? He imagined they had like a penis protection?
Which was also mentioned by a different stuntman in a completely unrelated interview.
The first thing he's gonna do is kick you in the nuts. He's like, oh, hey, we're wearing a cup? Well, he's just gonna pop you in the nuts. That's the first thing he does.
One comment stated,
This reminds me of this stupid jokes we used in we used to do in mid school and high school. That I remember a guy that was on steroids. He says to me, "Hey, come over here for a sec," and he's telling me a joke, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's pretty funny," and then he kicks me in the nuts, and I'm like, "Why would you do that? Like, it was so unnecessary." And he's like, "The best joke right now is you getting kicked in the nuts," and I couldn't retaliate because the guy was like a mountain of a person. I was like, and he wasn't like violent. I thought it was just really childish.
I actually know a few stuntmen and actors who've worked with Seagal, and they all echo the same thing about him, one of whom might have been Stephen Lambert, who stated Seagal became more unpredictable during his fight scenes.
He's notorious of breaking people's arms, legs, ribs.
As he'd actually
He actually does that to people. It's not in the movie, bro. As a viewer, that's pretty cool. But as a guy that works with him, I'll be terrified. I'll be like, oh my god, he's actually gonna break my arms. This guy is a lunatic.
punch and hit other actors to make the fights look real.
He was actually hitting the stuntman like for
hell
real.
yeah, he's known for that.
To make matters worse, protective equipment wasn't allowed on set.
There's nothing wrong with putting on pads. They would say no because he wouldn't allow it.
And it's therefore no surprise that during one scene,
Wow, he was... But bro, Steven, I appreciate the fact that you wanted to make the movie high quality for us, the viewers. But it's really interesting that the people getting hurt are the only ones that need to go through it. Like, I want to see a scene where you get kicked in the nuts and you take it like a man. What about that? Did he ever get kicked in a movie? I don't even know. He's like omnipotent in the movie.
Seagal
He
injured
playing.
DMX's shoulder
It's
during
impossible
the fight,
to
so
beat
X
him.
had to take a few days off. Even worse was when Seagal put a stuntman in hospital.
And he beat the shit out of the guy and smashed his face to the mirror multiple times. He went over the top to the point that sent the guy to the hospital.
Which isn't surprising given he was this rough while filming a YouTube video.
A throat chop. Just for the lols. God damn, Steven. What? Haven't the monks in Tibet taught you to be a bit more chill? Because he went in Tibet to train. That's the story. About how he got really good at whatever kung fu jiu-jitsu he has.
I wasn't ready.
As a result, actors have to be extremely careful just to appear alongside him.
You got to keep a third eye on what he's doing. And if you're not good enough, he's going to hurt you.
Although not only because of unexpected injuries. Seagal would show up on set demanding insane movie changes.
Calls the director, he's like, we're changing the scene. We're gonna do the scene in Arabic. He's gonna teach me. And he's like, put this camera here, put this camera here. And I was like, everybody's like, what?
While Steven Tobolowsky told a funny story where Seagal randomly stopped acting on set due to an unexpected crisis.
Steven Seagal has had a spiritual awakening. He decided that he doesn't want to kill people anymore in movies. And Steven says, I think it's just bad that we keep putting this violence into the world.
During the shooting of an action movie where Steven Seagal is really well known for offing people, he's like, I had a change of heart. It's really bad. You, the man who puts his colleagues in hospital, has a change of heart for a fictional movie, like where things don't actually happen. But in reality, you actually beat the shit out of people. But the issue is with the movie, you know. Damn, Steven, you're a maverick. You're a maverick right there. You're a game changer.
This resulted in a $14 million lawsuit claiming that Seagal not only regularly showed up late and left early, but also made regular unauthorized changes to the script and dialogue, which could result in the loss of millions of dollars because parts of the film's plot that were promised now cannot be delivered to the film buyers. Seagal was sued for another $60 million after repeating his actions on 4 other sets.
60 million, Steven, stop it. You're being too crazy. Oh my god, he's losing all his money because he's a diva. He's a goddamn diva that he doesn't play well with others. He's a lone wolf. Bro, chill. Like the money, think about the money.
Justifying his lack of effort with the worst excuse you'll ever hear. Seagal backed out because his Buddhist guru known as Mukara said the films would create bad karma, perhaps because Seagal's also been exposed for exaggerating his skills as a fighter. Steven Seagal is in fact a black belt martial artist, however his martial art of choice Aikido has been heavily criticized for being one of those mostly impractical martial arts that has extremely limited application in real life scenarios.
He is a legitimate.
But the thing is, that could be said about a bunch of martial arts, to be fair. Like, have you seen the videos of guys fighting martial art, super sensei, and the other guy is like a random street fighter and he just beats the shit out of the martial arts. Like one of my friends showed it to me, I couldn't believe it because I was like, no way, a master of kung fu or whatever could be defeated that easily. And he was, sadly. They look very cool on stage, but in reality are very impractical.
Aikido black belt, but the martial art is the questionable thing.
A Reddit comment describes Seagal's martial art to be kind of a cult with fake telegraphed attacks. The attackers are just there to make the master look good, which is exactly what
Oh yeah, this infamous scene, I've seen this one. Check this out. Check this out. With just a movement of his wrist, he literally like makes them rotate in the air like 2 times.
in
Look
this
at this.
video,
Oh!
Seagal's attackers fall to the floor to make him
Triple,
look good for the
quadruple.
crowd. Unfortunately, people don't voluntarily flip over in the real world.
True that. True that.
This makes pro wrestling look real. Wonderfully choreographed. Fighting is always easier when you're
Not really. Not really. It was so obvious that, I don't know, even if I was a kid and I believed in WWE, I wouldn't believe in that shit.
your opponent cooperates. It's therefore no surprise Seagal has no professional fighting record.
Who in MMA does Aikido? So-and-so coming in the cage is a world champion with a background in Aikido. You never heard that once. Have you ever heard that once? It's for a reason.
But he did claim that he'd taught Anderson Silva how to do a highly specialized move, the leg kick.
I started teaching him kicks that I thought he could really hurt people with, and at that point I knew he was going to start to really make these kicks, work.
He created the front kick. Did he invent the wheel too? In response, Anderson Silva made a video mocking Steven Seagal's fighting, although there was one more attempt by
Okay, so Steven Seagal was bullshitting, and even the guy who he said that he taught him was just making fun of him. Like, it's like, Steven, you're the butt of the joke. Just chill. Just take a chill pill. Retire early. You have so much money. Just don't throw it in the fire pit, please.
Seagal to prove he could actually fight.
Your movies were actually good. I'm just gonna say when I was a kid, Steven Seagal movies were a dubski. Okay. Don't hate on me.
Whilst on set for the movie Out for Justice, Seagal claimed that due to his Aikido training, he couldn't possibly be choked unconscious. The challenge was taken up by martial artist
I can't be choked out. Holy shit, dude. Come on, dude. I can't be choked out, guys. My dick is too big. It can't fit in your mouth, okay? Meanwhile, we all know that story. Meanwhile,
LaBelle, who not only choked Seagal out instantly, but also caused Seagal to soil himself in the moments he was blacking out.
oh no, this is the story. This is too sad to see. My boy getting one shot.
When asked about the incident, LaBelle stated, "Sometimes Steven has a tendency to cheese off the wrong people, and you can get hurt by doing that. So if a guy soils himself, you can't criticize him, because if they just had a nice big dinner an hour before, you might have a tendency to do that." Seagal responded by claiming that he and LaBelle had never even fought.
Yeah, it was all a ruse. It was the paparazzi. They created that story. The pictures were fake. Think about the fact that there was no AI back in the days. No, but the pictures were definitely photoshopped.
Ever any confrontation with him, ever. And if Gene is saying shit like that, he should be ashamed of himself. And so if he said that, he is a pathological scumbag liar.
Although nobody believes Seagal's side of the story, as he has his own list of well-documented lies.
You just lied about teaching some guy the front kick or whatever, and you're saying that others are a liar. I don't know, man. I don't know, Steven.
For example, Seagal made the insane claim that he was honored as the first private citizen to destroy a nuclear device.
He upped the antics. He said, "Hold my beer. You think I'm a superhuman? Hold my beer." Honored as the first private citizen to destroy a nuclear device as a phone, because I don't know, it has radiation, so maybe he thought, hey, phones, they're a nuclear device. Is it an what am I looking at here?
Whilst also claiming he was recruited by the CIA to help carry out undercover missions. He'd explained, "You could say that I became an advisor to several CIA agents in the field."
I mean, technically true in the context of the movies he played, but in reality, that is another story.
Through my friends in the CIA, met many powerful people and did special works and special favors, although an investigation by a magazine found these claims were completely bogus. It also dispelled the myth that Seagal once fought the Yakuza in his dojo, as the magazine interviewed Seagal's ex-wife who stated it's a lie. He once chased a few drunks away from the dojo, but never was involved with the Yakuza. Similarly, Seagal made the claim that he was a tough kid who was feared by others, yet this was dispelled followed by his own mother who stated her son was frail and suffered from asthma. He was a puny kid back then, although Seagal had a plan to clarify exactly what was fact and fiction. He'd post a Reddit Ask Me Anything, likely expecting normal questions. However, the responses would only deepen the past that was already haunting him. What kind of pants were you wearing when Jean LaBelle choked you unconscious and caused you to shit your pants?
Shit your pants. That's so why he put himself in that position in the first place. People wouldn't be making fun of him if he didn't do that. Like if he just stopped from doing anything, everybody would think Steven Seagal is cool. He just kept going. He said, no, I gotta have the antics. I got nuclear devices. I am the one to take care of them. Steven Seagal with a front kick or whatever. No, Seagal. You're being K-hole? K-hole, have you heard about it, Seagal? I think you're very I don't know. Just saying, you might know a thing or two about it.
I personally know a stuntman who had all of his front teeth knocked out by you and said you didn't even apologize.
All his front teeth knock. Oh, bro, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. Just so you know, I have my these two teeth in my chompers. They got fucked up. So those are fake, made out of zirconium. It's pretty cool actually. It's like vibranium, but for teeth, you see. And I gotta say, getting your teeth knocked out is so horrendous, because now you gotta go to the dentist, right? And pay so much fucking money to replace them. It's sad. It's fucking sad. I still have nightmare to this day where I wake up and I imagine myself having my front teeth falling while I'm having a social gathering with my coworkers, and they all start laughing at me like, you know, like you drop your pants, this type of shit. It's very bad. And you didn't even what kind of man you are, you goddamn lunatic.
Why did you do that? Can you explain how you developed the front kick that Anderson Silva used in his UFC fight? Although there was one more question that was worse than any other. Hey there, I went to the same junior high school as you in Fullerton, CA many years later. Heard some stories. The one I would like to ask you about is when your social studies teacher caught you stealing lunch money from a kid in a wheelchair. True,
Okay, it wasn't when he was old. It was when he was a small child. By the way, bullying. If I hear that you were a bully when you were in school, all my respect falls for you. I thought, okay, Steven Seagal's pretty cool, but this is just this, not the front kick that knock out all the teeth, mind you. Being a bully and bullying a disabled person in the first. Being a bully, regardless, I was bullied in school. That shit fucks you for life. And you, Mr. Steven Seagal, are a piece of shit for that. Case in point. You don't do that shit. You don't do it. If this is real, Steven Seagal should be in jail. No even kidding.
Didn't make this up. Seagal understandably avoided the damning questions. However, by answering some of the easy ones, he'd introduce another flaw: his massive ego. What is your current biggest drive that motivates you? I am a champion and I want to remain a champion.
What a champion he is. Stealing from disabled people. The biggest champion out there.
Seagal's overinflated self-image was best shown in this interview, where he'd implied that Van Damme wasn't a good martial artist.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a matter of opinion, that he was a champion anywhere.
Which was then proven at a party when the two came head-to-head. The party was hosted by Sylvester Stallone, who stated, Van Damme was tired of Seagal saying he could kick his ass.
Okay, so Van Damme was just minding his own business. Seagal sees him and he's like, yo, bro, you have no chance. I'll beat the shit. I have Aikido. Have you seen the guy flipping in air? Come on, bro. You doing the perfect split? I don't give a shit. I'll beat the shit out of you. And Van Damme is like, chill, dog. We're at a party. I don't give a shit. He's like, come on, dude. Come on, dude. Come on. Cuckoo. Chicken. And Van Damme is like, okay, I'm gonna knock your teeth off. Beats the shit out of him, proceeds to beat the shit out of him.
And went right up to him and offered him the chance to step outside so he could wipe the floor with him. Seagal made some excuse and left.
Oh. Guys, I would love to. But you know, we can. I have a scheduled meeting with my business associates. Yes, with those people. I know. I'm a busy person. You know how it is. Hollywood, am I right? So, yeah, I will leave the party early. I'm not feeling that well. And my dog, he just ate my homework. I'm just saying.
Van Damme, who was completely berserk, tracked him down and again offered him a fight, and again Seagal pulled a Houdini, yet Seagal unsurprisingly stated it was Van Damme who ran from him.
He gotta be the bigger man, you know, in his own mind.
Is that true he got in a fight with you? No.
Nah.
It'd be like me squashing an ant. If he sees
Squash an ant. Big words, Steven. Big words.
me, he runs.
It's therefore no surprise that Seagal despises Van Damme.
Thoughts on Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Can I laugh in your face?
Can I laugh in your... Acting, bro. You gotta admit, he's an entertaining person. He more likely it's entertaining to laugh at him. Let's be more specific. Because it is.
Do I think Jean-Claude's a tough guy or martial artist? No.
However, Van Damme has only ever said positive things about Seagal in return.
Met the guy a few times. He's a nice guy. Doesn't like me much. I like him a lot. Good guy. Good guy.
Oh no, that's disrespectful, Seagal. That's disrespectful. Okay, like, if the guy talks, like, you know, it's showbiz, you know, he's your colleague, you're just working together on you know, different but similar type of movies. He respects your work, you should respect his, you know. Don't make enemies with people that share, you know, the same struggles as you do. Because those are the only people that kind of understand where you are at.
Charisma, he's got something special on the screen.
Another example of Steven Seagal's ego came from a story told by Rob Schneider.
Finally, Steven Seagal emerges, and he comes out and he said, I just read the greatest script I've ever read in my life. He goes, really? Who wrote it? I did.
I did. Of course. Of course. Oh my god. Guys, this our PP. This is Steven Seagal PP. It doesn't, you cannot see it because it's too big.
Which only becomes funnier once you realize that said best script ever was for his terrible performance on Saturday Night Live.
Listen to me carefully. I don't want you to talk about anything to me anymore.
Oh my god. Didn't practice at all his line. This was something I would come up with. This is something I would come up with during my theater classes back in mid-school. Oh my god.
Well, I don't want you to say my name anymore.
With atrocious lines such as that one, it's no surprise a long-term SNL employee called Seagal
worst host by lapped every bad host.
However, Seagal's hosting of another show somehow ended even worse. In 2009, Seagal told the LA Times he'd apparently been a policeman for more than 20 years, proving this by showing a black and white photo of him raising his right hand in what looks like a swearing-in ceremony, creating the impression it was taken when he first joined the department. At closer inspection, however, it appears the photo was taken 20 years and at least 20 pounds after the fact, casting doubt on whether Seagal had ever been part of the force.
So what? He took a photo of himself on a photo shoot on when he was doing a like a play in his movie, and he said he's an actual guy. You don't get it. Look at him. He looks like a cop, right? I mean, he is a cop, and the glasses. Iconic, am I right?
Regardless, this led Seagal to create a show called Lawman, where he and his crew went around apprehending criminals, often done with excessive force to make for enjoyable viewing. Well, in one episode, Seagal attempts to break up an illegal cockfighting operation by raiding a house with a tank with the goal of freeing the animals.
Animal cruelty is one of my pet peeves.
However, after doing so, the property's owner Jesus Sanchez Uvira quickly filed a $100,000 lawsuit which claims that more than 100 prize chickens being bred for show were killed by Seagal and his colleague.
Animal cruelty. I just imagine them entering with a tank. Oh, hands down, hands down. He sees all the chicken. Shoot them, they got a gun. Shoot them with the tank. Shoot them with the tank. That's gonna be an awesome scene in the series. Boom! Kills like 15 one shot. Awesome, awesome scene. Seagal, you know we cannot show this on TV. Come on, bro. Everybody is a little pussy nowadays, am I right? That's Steven Seagal reacting right there.
An 11-month-old puppy was also shot and killed during the early
He got a gun! It's an actual puppy. Shoot him!
morning raid. Seagal responded by stating, "I've been called a lot of things in my career, some of them not so kind. But to be labeled an animal abuser is beyond the pale, and that is simply a role I will not accept."
You're not an animal abuser, bro. You're an animal assassin. You just went there and just one-shot them all.
While another policeman stated if my deputies, or posseman Seagal for that matter, had done something so awful like shooting a family dog, then where are the photos to prove it? It seemed for the first time ever Seagal wasn't actually lying.
Okay.
However, there was one more lawsuit that...
Okay, it was a lie. But all the allegation beforehand doesn't mean it's, you know, they're all fake. But if this is fake, disregard what I just said. But it's still, like, if you imagine it, you could see it happen.
Would end the show completely.
Seagal is a kind of a lunatic from what I've seen so far.
In mid-2010, Steven Seagal was sued for sex trafficking,
Sex
which became one of so many different allegations, it's genuinely difficult to count them all. On the set of 1991 Out for Justice, 4 different women quit during filming due to Seagal's continued piggery, while one of the stuntmen from earlier told an equally creepy story.
There's this girl sitting in a tub. She's wearing bikini, and they had to convince her that she has to come out of the tub naked.
The only thing that might rival his terrible track record with women is his track record with low-rated movies, none of which receiving more than 50% on Rotten Tomatoes or more than 5 out of 10 on IMDb. And with no new movies in the last 5 years, Seagal has opted for a modern method of generating...
Yeah, no, the movies that he later came up with are a shit show. I've seen one recently. It's awful. The acting is bad. The lines are horrible. Nothing is going good. Steven is not on the top of his game. It's done. His era is over. That's how it is.
Getting extra income, crypto scams.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, let's go. I mean, hey, everybody's trying. Hey. He's not the first one to the party. He's not the first one.
Steven Seagal scammed people with crypto.
From Team
11
Seagal,
million.
Steven has just become the worldwide ambassador for the Bitcoin second generation cryptocurrency. Despite gaining only 150 likes, Steven was promised 250,000 in cash and 750,000 worth of B2G tokens in exchange for his promotions, which he failed to disclose to the public, resulting in a $330,000 fine.
Hey, he still won 600k from that, no?
Seagal paid only $75,000 toward his debt.
He's like, 330? No, I'll give you 10, the tenth of that, okay? Or 75, okay? Okay, shut up. Shut up. I'm Steven Seagal. You don't know who you're talking to. I negotiate here. I'm the negotiator, okay? You want me to pull the credit card and, you know, go crazy on you? You want me to knock off your teeth off? Do you want to activate the Aikido? Do you want me to activate the Aikido?
Before refusing to appear in court, then moving to Russia where he still lives now.
Yeah, it's insane. I've seen the videos of him and Putin. He's chilling in Russia right now. I guess good for him, bro. Steven Seagal, bro, he lost my respect. If the allegations are true about him bullying that person in a wheelchair, what sort of human being you need to be that kind of person? I'm just asking. Let's be true here. Let's be honest with ourselves. You gotta be a big piece of shit. Like one of the biggest. Not gonna lie. Awful human behavior. Straight up.